From Axios, Musk calls for Trump's impeachment. Oh, man. This feud has such a ridiculous timeline. It didn't just start there, but that's where it went. They say Elon Musk unleashed a fresh round of tweets late Thursday afternoon calling for President Trump to be impeached and declaring that SpaceX would begin decommissioning a spacecraft essential to NASA's operation. Trump's threat to cancel billions of dollars in government contract with Musk's companies has ignited a new round of escalation. Okay, there's that. And then there's, what is this one? Elon Musk tweeting, time to drop the really big bomb. At real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. This is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. Mark this post for the future. The truth will come out. Holy crap. I'll just say to kick things off, this is 101 million views, 259,000 retweets. All of the Democrats are screaming, release the Epstein files. And I'm kind of like, I agree, whatever. But this was a low blow.
Isn't he kind of indicting his own character, having chosen to work with Trump and then saying, hey, by the way, he's a pedophile? Like, that is basically what you're implying. And he's reposting these videos from the 90s where Trump is just like standing next to Epstein. You knew about that already. All of us knew that he was on the redacted version of the flight logs already, and nobody thought that that was a confirmation that he's a pedophile.
I think this is why it's a low blow. Now, for a lot of people, I think they'll take it exactly as you did, which is a fair point. I think analyzing this, Elon Musk is just saying this to get under Trump's skin. He knows it's BS. We know that that Donald Trump is in the Epstein files insofar as he flew on that plane several times, but where did he fly to? The question is he in the actual evidentiary list?
Unreleased.
Yeah, stuff like that. But that is the insinuation when he says that's why the files have not been made public. But again, I don't believe for a second that Elon actually thinks Trump did anything wrong. Otherwise, he would have said Trump is in the files having done, insert thing. He's doing this because he's trying to damage Trump and piss him off.
Well, if that's true, that's a pretty big, not only accusation, but if he doesn't honestly believe that, I'm not saying either way it's like justified, but if it's true, and people are going to want to know. But if Elon is truly just lying, like just to play politics over something like this, I think he should be canceled.
He's throwing a fit because he thought that he could just give Trump $300 million and then get whatever he wants. I don't understand how the richest man in the world doesn't understand how money works to the point where he thought he could cut $1 trillion from discretionary spending that's not in the military.
Yeah.
And he knew that math wasn't mathing from the start. So what is he so mad about?
He was expecting the Republicans to actually take up the same crusade that he was on. Now, that may have been naive, but that's what he's upset about. It's not just that,
was he planning to pitch this fit all along? He knew that Doge was not going to be effective.
I'm not going to speculate as to what he was thinking because I have no way of knowing. But maybe I will. But I don't know if I have a sense of
it's just, it's sweet because I just felt like his affiliation with the campaign was going to backfire, and I'm just watching it all incinerate.
Yeah. I don't think that I think it's a net bad for the country though. Having the issues going on, not having Doge cuts be, not having them actually be a part of the bill, or at least have more people in Congress speaking openly about having to, make those cuts real and actually address the debt. The $36 trillion is not getting smaller, and we are going to see fewer and fewer people interested in buying our debt. The Treasury bills, then they went on sale last. Very soft sales. They had to lower the price to get, they had to increase the yield so that way they were more attractive. And
Elon basically wasted his time. He might as well have been an intern at the White House.
Yeah.
He'd spend his time better getting people coffee.
I love this, though.
I don't know about
I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, I'm going to use this in every debate from now on. So it's like, we got a culture war debate with some liberal guy. And then if he ever stumps me, I'm going to go, well, you're in the Epstein files. Have a nice day.
You'll confuse
I win.
The have a nice day part was way too cheeky.
Yeah, that's a wild lie if that's a lie.
I think he was probably
it's a factual but not truthful thing. It is.
Where's the community note on this?
There is. I bet it's nuts. It says he only wrote that the name exists. In fact, Trump's name does exist in the Epstein files. Therefore, while his statement may be controversial, it's difficult to say that he lied. Right? Well, no, it says real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. Oh, you see what he did. At real Donald Trump is in the Epstein. He could be saying that the tag, the name or something is in the files, maybe related because Trump's account's been around for, 2010 or something.
Yeah, he's
Longer?
an early adopter.
Yeah, and then there's evidence shows DJT name in Epstein flight logs. There's no indication of wrongdoing. The next one, what is this? Elon Musk, apart from spending money to get a known Jeffrey Epstein reelected. He wanted to get Epstein reelected? I think there's a typo in there. An error. As president, once posed for a photo with known Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell and all these links.
It's good that
Clean
was
your
real.
own house.
Elon's getting roasted for this. I mean, there are some really dumb people out there. Like I was saying, I tweeted Elon 2028, and I was funny. I was sitting on my couch, just like eyes half glazed over, just finished eating some Chipotle, and I was scrolling through Twitter, like just looking down. And then I looked over at my wife and I started giggling and I typed Elon 2028 and showed it to her. And then she rolled her eyes and I tweeted it. And I've got 2,000 responses from people like, Kim, you can't. He's not from here. I love the internet.
That is how they sound.
That's exactly.
And they don't understand the things you say on Twitter.
What I love too
Like,
is
yay.
I love the. That's right. They don't understand what I mean on
I
Twitter.
really felt that when he said it. Just that part. Only that part.
It was funny because there's a bunch of people in the replies being like, he's trolling, calm down, but they don't get it. And so now there's people being like, dude, Tim's screwing with you. And I'm just sitting back being like,
It's probably conservatives too.
Yep.
They struggle with humor or sarcasm. They really do. Like it's almost impossible to get through them.
I got to be honest. I think most internet people do. There are two kinds of people on the internet: trolls and the trolls victims. You know what I mean?
Is Trump a troll victim?
No, Trump's a troll.
Which
Like-
one is the troll and which one is the victim?
In
In this context?
Between Trump and Elon, who's winning?
Elon's a master troll. I mean, I don't think he's better than Trump at trolling, but he's a troll.
And what is his nickname going to be?
Kekius Maximus. He already.
No, what's
Trump needs to come
gonna-
up with a demeaning
Oh.
nickname for
Oh, like a
him.
Trump name.
Obviously, this is the next step. This is the next
Muskie.
logical step in the process.
Musky.
I think he's going to say like
musketeer.
weird, like something to do with a space brain, something weird like that. Like he's a weird guy, because I think that Musk is a little sensitive when he's called weird because of the touch of autism that he allegedly has. So I think he's a little sensitive to that, and I think that that's probably where Donald Trump will go.
Yeah. Fussy Elon. I don't know.
See?
Look at this reply from this guy right here, Drew Hernandez. Hey, Elon Musk, I'm curious if what you were saying about Trump being in the Epstein files is true. How long have you known this? Why did you wait until now? Were you planning on just sitting on this forever? Genuine question now that you have decided to release blackmail.
Yeah, if he's being absolutely serious about this, let's just assume it's true. I have no idea if it's true. But going with his comment, what has already been said is like, how long have you known this type of information? Why would you be sitting on it?
Right.
I don't think he thought this through, because this is not the W you think it is. Because if it is true, you're sitting on information that we would, the entire class would like to know.
Well, he's basically saying that he knew Trump was untoward, as a matter of speaking, and and he was like, I'm going to work with him anyway and try and get stuff from him. It's kind of like Elon. This was, it's one thing if he says Trump should be impeached and replaced. Like so here's where this started. Elon said, this bill is bloat. It's evil. The people who voted for it, you know what you did. And then they said we should primary these people. So he's pissed. And I get it. He went into
For a while, though. He's been talking like this for like a couple weeks.
Right. He went into Doge to try and cut all the spending. And then what happens? They do this bill that increases spending, as it always happens. My attitude on this is kind of like, so you're telling me that Congress is doing exactly what Congress has always done every single time, no matter what? I'm not happy about it. But there's a lot of things in Trump's bill that are really good. Border security, budgets for CBP, stuff like that. There's the AI stuff is bad in it, but I can own suppressors. So,
Yeah,
That's good.
the Hearing Protection Act is still in there. There haven't been changes to that, and so that's the silver lining if it does pass.
Can I just feel vindicated for 1 second that Doge is a non-happening?
No.
what do you mean?
Move fast and break things.
USAID is gone.
Okay, maybe that's like the only happening.
There are
already-
cuts. There are cuts.
They've
But
already set a lot of policies into motion that they're just taking the time to flesh out now. Like the things that they started at the Department of Education, they've shrunk that considerably. They got rid of a lot of
Wait, what with the Department of Education?
they're the job that the Secretary of Education has is to shrink the department to almost nothing. That was the point of appointing her. They did get rid of USAID, so they're not. Look, the government is like one of the biggest organizations in the world. So getting rid of, even if they get rid of like 2% of the people that work there, if they've managed to get them out and get them out of their job and get them out of DC, that's a huge amount of people to fire. Like there's a lot of people that work for the government.
The New York Times has this. Musk suggests Trump is in the so-called Epstein files, a source of speculation and conspiracy theories. It's just a picture of Jack Posobiec. Hey, Jack.
with the binder.
With the binder. Oh, man.
Like, wasn't Bill Clinton on the flight logs too?
Yeah.
He redacted.
There's a
There's a
painting
lot of
of
people.
Bill Clinton in a dress on Epstein Island.
Yeah.
It was in the it was in his house.
Painting of Bill Clinton in a dress.
Yeah.
Blue dress with
Blue
red
dress,
high
yeah.
heels on.
Yep.
It was Hillary's.
Yeah, probably.
That's how he wishes she dressed.
Well, he wishes that she was looked like that in that dress because it was a flattering painting of Bill Clinton's female body.
I think if anything, this means Trump needs to stop truthing and start tweeting.
He's got to come back
So
there.
sick of him ghettoizing himself on that stupid app that no one likes and no one has.
Remember, it's
He's
the
on
Trump
contract
one,
now.
though.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.